Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Just Fixing Stuff. On this episode today, I'm going to just show you how to repair or replace the cartridge on a single lever Moen Chateau tub and shower faucet. On this one here, you can see I'm disconnecting the trim, and this is the handle. That's the actual dial that the handle connects to. That is actually the temperature gauge, so you can just adjust how far you can turn the handle as far as getting a little bit hotter temperature goes. This one here happens to be a very difficult install, as you'll see in the next little few minutes. But normally you would, and as you can see, I'm scraping off all the silicone and sealant and stuff, just getting it prepped to remove the cartridge and get it all back to normal. Normally that centerpiece there, that housing that has the cartridge in it, would actually be sitting probably maybe an inch out of that hole, maybe half an inch to an inch out of that hole, so that you can remove the cotter pin that you'll be seeing shortly that I'm removing. And it basically just means that the cotter pin can just pull straight up without having to kind of fiddle around with it, as you can see that I'm doing with this one, because the cotter pin is actually almost directly in line with the tile. See that cotter pin there? Make sure you don't lose it, because that is a very hard part to find a replacement for. This is actually a little tool that they give you with the new cartridge. It works most of the time for removing the old cartridge, but this one just happens to be really stuck in there. They can get stuck in there for a variety of reasons. A lot of times the rubber seals on the cartridge will actually break or crumble or deteriorate in some manner. If this happens, it's actually a very good example for what I'm doing today, because I don't think you could have it go much more difficult of a replacement than what I'm doing today. But yeah, as you can see, you've got to have a little bit of patience with these things sometimes. And you'll see how eventually it actually just snaps right off. Typically, in these scenarios, once it gets to a certain point, you want to make sure that this isn't above your skill level. If it is, just contact a professional and have them take a look at it or take care of it for you. In this scenario, I will show you how I managed to replace this cartridge. I've done this many times. As you can see, that right there, just too brittle of a cartridge. It just sheared right off. It does take a while. Once that happens, once you shear a cartridge off, generally you just got to keep picking away at it till you get all the pieces out. As you can see, I'm just going to take a drill and drill out all the plastic in the center. And this is a very delicate balance, because drilling out the center is fine because it's plastic, but you always have to make sure you don't go too far and hit the back wall, which is made of brass. And you don't want to hit the side walls either, which are also made of brass, because the last thing you need is to create a big divot in your brass rough-in, and when you install the new cartridge, have it all leak everywhere on you. So make sure that you are very careful when you're drilling this out. It is a process, as you can see by what I'm doing here. It literally just takes time and patience. So yeah, as you can see, pretty soon here you'll see that I pulled out one of these rubber seals on it. It'll be coming out pretty quick here. Right, coming up. right there. Okay. Yeah, these are just stuck right in there. It happens every now and again. For me, it usually happens like maybe one in every 500 or so that I get. And there's another one of the rubber seals. You can see it's deteriorating in my hand. Once you have completed removing this cartridge, you're going to want to make sure that you flush the system. Just because there's a whole bunch of little plastic pieces and particles in there. And the last thing you want to have happen is that you clog up your shower head or something like that once you put it all back together. And before doing any of that stuff, whenever I go to flush the system, just give it a quick blast of water from the main line. I usually put a rag or some kind of cloth in the right where the water will exit, just as you can see that I'm doing right now. And this is just to prevent water from spraying all over the whole bathroom when I turn the water on. And you can see that just kind of caught a little bit of the little spillage of water. And I don't turn it on much. I just give it a quick little, maybe 2-second blast or something like that. Just enough to get all the water, or plastic particles out of that housing. And you can see there a bunch of plastic came out of it. From there, I just take my new cartridge. With these new cartridges, it does come with some food grade lubricant. And I'll also put the link to the cartridge. Make sure that you have this the right way up, which will be, I'll put the link to the cartridge in the description. Yeah, you have the cartridge the right way up. It's pretty obvious. It'll say hot and cold on it. That goes up. If you can read it, that's the right way up. So from there, I'm just putting this cotter pin back in. Again, it's a very difficult situation as far as this one's going. I don't think you'll have to face as difficult of a rough-in as I am facing right now. Luckily, I have done hundreds of these, and so I am very familiar with how to get these things in here as painlessly as possible. And yeah, from there, it's just a matter of basically putting the trim back on and getting everything all lined up. And then you want to screw this faceplate back on. It is a good idea to actually put a bead of silicone on the top half of that, like the perimeter. So the top half of the perimeter of that faceplate, just to prevent any moisture from dripping down or anything. From here, you'll actually test the water, and usually I turn the water on before I put the handle on, and that's just to check and make sure that, as you can see, the water, a lot of times the cartridges come in the open position, so then you want to correct that when you are putting the handle back on. So you turn it 180 degrees. As you can see right here, it is in the open position, and I'm going to be turning it 180 degrees. From there, okay, and then from there, it's basically just putting the handle back on and then testing it all out. Yeah, and other than that, you're pretty much good to go. You just test it out and you're all back to normal. So other than that, please like and subscribe for more content. And if you have any more good ideas on how to do things, or if you want any advice or anything like that, please let me know in the comment section, and send me some of your things that you would like to know how to fix. Okay. Until next time.